Go on then. So we're here at Pesto by the Peacock in Oakthorpe. We've come to meet Colin from Toy Wars 7 and Teddy Stone from Rise of a Footsoldier. Talking about cheese. So when you get in here, get some food and have a good chat.
What's what here then?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you got
Chicken wings, you're gonna eat them, aren't you?
we love wings.
Yeah, they are.
Love wings.
Me and Colin won't eat them.
No?
No, I don't
What
like
about wings?
He doesn't have, he don't like anything on those.
I've got a wing each. Happy days. Got a wing each here. Anything comes with skin on, bone, that's it. I won't touch it. Can't stand it. I bought my wingman here. Have you? What's so obviously you're into the comic con side of things. I like the it's nice having all the little I started collecting back in 1977. You don't get too much of Star Wars, but then when you come back in Star Wars back in the early 70s, then there was nothing, then Star Wars came out, and that was it. Blew my mind away. And then my mate went to see that at the cinema, and then my mate's mum and dad went to see Alien at the cinema, and that really just got me up. So I collected for many years, and then started doing the comic cons and shows back in 1989, 1990. And went from there, really. Best comic con you've been to? Celebration Europe last year, year before last in London at XL. It was Star Wars Celebration, goes all the way, goes all around the world year after year. But this year it's in Japan. So it was winding Karen up that we're all going to Japan this year for Celebration Japan, weren't we? We even did a group on Facebook. Because a lot of my mates are going to Japan. Somebody did a really funny prank last night. They put a picture of the guy on Facebook and said he is now going to basically beat Bonnie Blue's record of sleeping with 1,058 women in one night, but he's going to sleep with men instead. But didn't tell him and put it on Facebook. And I said, "Oh, give me his fee, I'll share it." You want some of that pasta? What is it? It's the form one. Really good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, celebration. We're mad. It was like being a 5-year-old again. Me and my mate's 58. He, we got there and we were buzzing. It was mad. Absolutely mental. What's next? The next one you're going to? We're down at Sandown Park at Asia. When's that? February? Yeah, because we'll have to book the Chinese. So we'll go down there on the Friday, help set the venue up so we can set up the day before. Then we used to go in the evening, go out to lovely, yeah. It's you've been very happy to go there. In Asia. Which one? So good. It's a Chinese, but that's probably the best Chinese I think there is. It's so good. What's it called? Good Earth. Yeah. Good Earth. When you go in, it's a bit not old-fashioned, but they don't need. It's just the food's absolutely blinding. Yeah. So we'll go out there on the Friday night. They're all dotted around London as well. If you're in London, there's one in Knightsbridge. Is there? I know when the chap who we were talking to one at Chaps and it was family that owned it, and he said, I think they've got about 8 of them or something like that, haven't they? You know. What's famous with travel? Comic Con. Glasgow. Years ago. Is that all in England then, Comic Con? No, they're all over the world. Oh, yeah. To be fair, I've got a lot of mates that've done them overseas, but now because of how things are, it's hard to take stuff. I mean, I've got mates that have said, like, why don't you go to the ones in the States and that? They go for an entire week. But it's, sometimes it's just time and, you know, but Glasgow is the furthest one I've been to. I've got mates still go abroad too. Would you go overseas? Would I, sorry, go overseas? Well, at the minute, My mates went to Tunisia
Oh, yeah.
a few months ago, and a mutual friend had passed away. So they took some of his ashes to where Luke's homestead is, where they film it in Tunisia. But all the lads said that, known him for years, for over 30 years, the hotel was absolutely fantastic. That they stopped, and I said, right. I says, make sure when you see Karen next that you show them pictures at hotel. Because they went to all the locations where Star Wars was filmed, you see. Didn't they?
We went to Tunisia for our honeymoon.
Hey?
We went to Tunisia for our honeymoon.
Did you?
Yeah. Your anniversary in April. I'm trying to go back, but depends on work, etc.
I think for me, with collecting
Yeah, get somebody, Karen.
and doing shows, it's just,
Both of them are up here.
Oh, brilliant, thank you.
to be fair with you,
I think you've got explored, yeah?
a lot it's been a lot about friendships I've made. You know, I've got guys that've been mates for over 35 years through collecting, innit? And when I stopped doing them and then I started again after full lockdown, rekindled all these friendships, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what
Yes, I'm there. Cheers, thank you.
and that's what it was for me. Weirdly, a lot of my mates, well, not a lot of them, but one or two of them, actually work in film. So you know, you know, you get to hear about them, you know, that go on and what they're doing next. I mean, the other week, the mate of mine, he got invited to Leeds for the day for the new Game of Thrones. Because it turned out it was his mate. So Darren and Andy got invited to Leeds to the Dragon Game of Thrones. What's that? The new Game of Thrones series. There's a new Game of Thrones series anyway, and it turns out it's a mate of them that wrote it. And then they ended up going to a premiere, and Darren said it was brilliant. He said because people were asking them for signatures, they said they thought we'd been in it. You know.
Games into Game of Thrones. My life, yeah. I can't get into it, man. I don't. Someone's got to get me straight away to sit and watch it. The series that I can't do unless.
You won't look. You know, there's that many of them. You won't sit and start watching. You know, until you put it on, you look into it. But it's finding that time to get hooked.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 seasons, about half a dozen episodes, and I do it. But with it being like 10 seasons or what, 20 odd episodes, it's a big lump to get through.
See, I started watching that. That Misfits, is it? Misfits? Not Misfits. It's Misfits, isn't it?
I don't know. I've not watched that.
The series, it's the 3.5 years. I started with that was same, it was loads of episodes. I watched the first one, and it got me. So I just sat and binged.
You want your own chicken balls, Connie?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I've never had them before.
They're really good.
Same as
I've had chicken balls.
same as Gavin's Thursday. I started watching that like towards the back end.
That is wicked.
What do you think, Terry? Yeah.
Do you like
Is that
it?
right? Yeah, it's really good. Really good. Really good.
Got, that's good. That.
Yeah, let me pass it over to you. It's great.
What is it? This?
I think that's the
That chickpea one.
chickpea. It's nice. It's spicy. That's all.
What is that? The what?
That's this.
That spinach
chickpea.
one.
Chickpea spinach.
I've had one of them. I've had one. They're really good. They're really nice. They're really good.
I don't know what that is. Is that meatball one?
Karen, could you pass us the garlic pepper cheese? Thank you. Thanks so much. Put one name, please. Cool.
You did garlic, I didn't do.
Yeah.
Come on, do you have one of these, mate?
I'm all right, mate. Thank you.
Karen?
All right, honestly. Thank you. Does anyone try the stew? Like it's
Oh, yeah.
I'll try it. Try a bit.
yeah.
Thank you. Everyone likes a bit of stew.
It's spicy.
Have you got it right?
Yeah. Cheers, thank you.
Have you got it?
Sure. So what got you into acting?
I'm going to be a part of the film. And that was really how I got involved. Otherwise, I would have probably never got involved in it.
What film were it?
Hell to Pay.
Hell to Pay.
Yeah.
God, I love that.
Have you not seen it?
No. I'll be honest, I don't watch much TV. Like, when I'm in the house, I don't. I'm just doing social media or she's watching.
So how long do you spend on TikTok a day?
It depends. I'm editing, posting videos, editing. I'd say a good 4 hours at least.
Right.
So say live stream at night, I do 2 hours, and then through the day posting videos, edit. Yeah, probably about 4 hours a minute. But I am looking to go part time, driving part time, social media.
But then do it full time.
Very much.
You're going to be TikTok full time.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. At the minute, for obvious reason, I can't go full time, but by end of this year, starting next year, I'm hoping to be able to. I'll give me a turn task by April. I'll be able to go at least part time driving, part time.
You get full.
Yeah. There's a pool there waiting for somebody.
What's that, bro?
It's 2 here as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the best actor you've worked with?
I'll say
One of the best.
I thought Alfie Allen was really good. And he was in Game of Thrones. He was in John Wick. You know, he's done a lot of stuff. His dad's good. Keith Allen. I thought Timothy Spall was phenomenal. Bronson Webb. Vinnie Jones was actually, I thought, really good. You know.
You find that yourself, you find that each actor might have something that, like with Vinnie Jones, is just something that just.
I just thought he was very, he's very generous. He could have just stood there, done his lines, and then said, "See you later." But he actually stayed there and fed the lines, you know, because he wanted to be doing so. There were some actors when they get above their station, they do their bit and they just walk off, and then they go, "What are you standing there?" And you're standing there, and you'll be feeding the lines of apparently going, "Oh," and then I've got to try and react to that. You know what I mean? So it's better when the actual guy who I'm doing it with does it with me. You know?
Yeah.
But I don't do that sometimes. I think the bigger the star, the bigger the pain in the ass. But some of them are all right, but a few of them aren't.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened while you've been filming? I don't know, weird ever happened or
Like what? You say weird.
So, I don't know how it works.
It's been so fucking annoying happening. I can tell you about that.
Yeah, well, tell us that one.
So, I'm filming Rise of a Footsoldier Origins, and at the time, the whole country was in lockdown, right?
Yeah.
And on the day we were filming, there was only me and Craig Rolfe. So there's only 2 actors in all day doing this massive scene. So you think, if you were the wardrobe person, or you were the makeup person, or you were doing anything for us, you wouldn't fuck it up because you think, well, there's only 2 people in, it's not a busy day. And most of these people have notes, so they know in this scene you'll be wearing that shirt, and in that scene you'll be wearing that jumper, so they know. So what this woman did was dress us in the wrong clothes. So we did the whole day in the wrong clothes. And then went home, and then it was like that. And then I get a call Saturday morning going, "Oh, what are you doing today?" And I said, "Nothing. I'm not working." "Oh, can you come back in and film all day again because they put you in the wrong clothes yesterday, and we managed to do it. But it was fucking annoying because it's like you've done that and you sort of discard it. But there's sometimes things like that happen. But I don't think anything particularly weird's happened on a film.
Yeah. It's well like the behind the scenes stuff, what people don't see. So obviously doing food reviews and stuff, amount of times I've sat in a restaurant or been outside a takeaway, I've done a full review and I've realised my phones aren't turned on. So while the microphones are plugged in, even if that's not turned on, if that's plugged into my phone, you can't hear anything because that's taking out sound. So just me talking, there's no noise. So I've had to do it all again. Yeah, and try and.
But I want to make sure that is recorded, isn't it? Because I don't know if I can eat this all again.
You're buying, right?
Maybe tomorrow.
I would never go tomorrow.
I think when I've said that you might know that I've said it on one of your things, when I was leaving school, my dad was doing really well. And I wanted to get into special effects.
Yeah.
But living in Derbyshire, it was like, don't happen. And it weren't until years later, and it was through toy shows that a lot of my mates had got families that had worked in and around the movie business.
Right.
You know, my mate David and his family supplied a lot of vehicles and set work. And I remember it was I'd just started my business. It was about 2002, about the same time. We've been going about, you've been working for us, like me, about the same sort of time. My mate was machining lightsabers up. Just the animals and selling them on the internet. Anyway, a guy starts buying them from Boreham Wood. And it turned out he'd made the original film.
Wow.
So he supplied Jay, my mate, with the drawings. Jay was machining them up. And Jay got invited down, and I went with him one day. And I got down there and didn't realise that the guy's name is Norman Harrison. He had a company called Norrank Productions. And he says, "You're a plasterer, aren't you?" I says, Yeah. He says, "Do you want some work?" He says, "Plastering sets and doing working on sets."
Wow.
And it was like, at that time, I was setting out and I was getting a lot of work from a company in Derby. So I couldn't sort of, but when I think all them years previous, that was something I wanted to do. Right. Or get into, at least to go on, right. And the opportunity was there. And then, through the shows, I've got mates that they still work. I mean, Vince still works for chief technician for Lucasfilm, so he's been working on Batman and all sorts of stuff. And I love. I mean, I'm dead interested. He'll say, "Oh, I've been doing this," or when he walked on Falcon for the first time on Force Awakens, and I just find it interesting.
Yeah.
But up here, it was just not the thing to do. It was just go on YTS and you remember. And it never happened. But
how old are you, Colin?
I'm same age as you. I'm a bit older than you.
When is your birthday?
October the 7th.
You're 55.
I'm 54.
You're 54 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're 9 months older than me.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, in October. I was 54 in October just now. So when you do a your podcasts, what I love about it is you have people on, and even though their lives might be so outrageous, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But when you get down to the core dynamics of how they were brought up, they was all brought up very similar.
Yeah.
Some of us, they were fuck all when we were young, was they? They were nothing. In the 70s, what was they?
Yeah, kicking a ball against the wall,
yeah,
going and climbing a tree. That was it.
We lived in a village not far from here, so we down in Brooklyn, in the woods, playing it, running in field, bike riding to Matlock. So we was lucky in that respect. But my dad used to drop me off. I was 9 years old. And my granddad got a massive milk round. I've been a dairyman for donkey's years. And my dad used to drop me off at 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning. I was 9 to go and do milk round. And then in summer, it was a good idea in winter, but in summer, all my mates are playing football in golf parks and stuff. But I think that's for me. And then my dad set his business up. So then I started helping him out. Then he grew. So I was going at weekends. And my sort of childhood, I was working with a lot of men when I was young. Right. So my outlook's probably a little bit different. And I loved it. I really did love it. But again, there were nothing, was there? There was absolute nothing. I remember me and my mate took his kids to Meadow Hall. one Sunday. When they were only about 12, 13. And I remember Neve saying to Jay, Dad, you know when you was at school, because Jay's a bit older than me and you, he says, the teachers let you have mobile phones. He says, Neve, there weren't even a phone in the house.
You don't want that much.
I'm all right.
And if there was, nobody'd ever fucking ring, would they?
Right.
If it rung, it was something. Someone died.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Someone's died. You
Wow,
want to? I'll tell you what. Let me take. You want to share it? Whatever I think.
Yeah, do that.
Because yeah,
It's nice that.
Yeah, the mum used to say, don't use it phone, go and call for Graham. You're not using phone, go and call.
I mean, I think I was about 14 when I had my first phone, fifth phone. Yeah, I was 14, yeah.
My dad used to send me and Tim out. He used to work on jobs and we'd be all over the place. No, not even an athlete.
good though.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that was good.
Nailed it.
I thought all the dishes were really good. I'd say the highlights were definitely the prawn linguine, the spaghetti bolognese. I think the chicken and the beef meatballs. The mushroom on toast was very good. Garlic bread with cheese was good. I mean, I'm not sure if I'd have those spinach balls again. It was all right. It was all right.
You have something down here that I'm not fussed on. Potato comes from. I'd like potato balls or something.
Risotto.
Yeah, it tastes a bit weird.
Yeah, it tastes a bit
weird, that.
If you're ever in London, my friend has a restaurant called Otto's.
I've seen it on you.
Unbelievable. If you ever want a really good meal, go there at like 1 o'clock and stay there till 5. And if you get one of the tasting menus, he pairs all the food with a wine. So you just say, look, that's what I want to spend on wine. What you got to go with this? And he just go right. And they just come out and do it all. It's great.
What sort of is it? Is it Italian, Mark, or
it's French, but with a twist. And this guy's worked. So if you like things like salmon, best salmon. If you like lobster, like they bring a whole lobster out onto the table, kill it up at the table, and they make you the lobster bisque. Then you have the tail, then you have the claws, and they put caviar on it. I mean, you can go like nuts in there, or you can just have a bit of salmon and a bit of steak, you know. But he's good. He's really good.
When you find them places, then you remember them in the back of your mind, don't you?
Someone took me there last year and said, it's the best restaurant in London. I was like, well, I haven't heard of it. And then when I went in there and I ate it, I went, oh my God. I mean, like, I've never had food like that. The steak tartare, the salmon. We had a fillet of beef. We had this amazing, we had crêpes Suzette, so they come over with a little trolley and made it all at the table, you know. But it's like, you can have a Grand Marnier souffle with like fresh berries. You can have creme brulee, you can have a chocolate fondue, or you can have the crêpes Suzette. So it is like old school desserts, but really, like really good. So yeah, if you ever
get that way.
go that way, if you like, I mean, you like food, right? So
Yeah,
we love that.
We're English because we tend to, to buy somewhere. We hammer it. Well, we used to. We're not as bad now. I mean, someone we used to work with, I mean, he rung me up to do a survey on the house he's just built, and he said, I was right. I said, I want out. He said, well, come to the pub and have a meal for nothing. It was over where my dad was born years ago. And it was only last year when it was lovely. Went to the state, you could die somewhere. And the Sunday dinner were lovely. So his brother's got another pub called the Bluebell at Farmer Green, which I've mentioned to you guys. And we sort of were doing that, going to Bluebell, coming here, going somewhere else, just to mix it up, so you're not spoiling it. Shut the pub down.
Oh,
I bet you felt like somebody had died in your family.
Yeah, just shut it, didn't
yeah, we had five.
It's got an house on it because it's developed it. So and it says, and it was packed all the time. It says, I don't need it, Doc.
They want it. They want the asshole.
I mean, that's the problem with these places. They are aggro. Council, locals. Something goes wrong. The staff. Yeah, when I had a bar restaurant, and it was just 4 years of aggro. Getting phone calls. Oh, somebody smashing the windows in the pub. you know,
To be honest, I think Tim was getting fed up.
He was getting fed up a bit.
the toilet's broken, the thing's flooded, the electrics are gone. It's like, every time I saw the number come on my phone, I was like, what now? Do you know what I mean?
You know, I get that. You know, I get a lot of people that will keep the first house for a sentimental reason,
Right.
and they try and they rent it out, and then you get a phone call. You've never met them before, and they'll be saying, "Oh, it's the second time the tenant's been in and wrecked it or done whatever." And you know, 90% of all the people that have done work, they end up selling them because it's just too much aggravation. Too much aggravation keeping property to rent out or whatever because phone calls. This is
But it's hard. It's harder now because when they've changed all the rules, I think and also the property. I mean, when I first dabbled in property in the 90s, what I was doing was you could just go to the bank and say, I want to buy that house for 50 grand, and they go, can you afford it? You go, yeah, and they go, sign here, give us 5 grand, there's the money, and you and you can rent it out for £700 a month. And the mortgage was 350.
Yeah.
So you can make a couple of, I know it's not massive money, but you can make a couple of quid a month, and then you can get another one, and then you look at that one, oh, that's gone up 10 grand, that's good. Get another one, oh, it's gone up, they've gone up, you know, so it's not hard to make money in that market. It's just going like that.
Yeah,
but the mistake I made was selling them because my accountant, who I've got now, he actually said to me, he said, if you'd have not sold them, you could have actually drew down the money you wanted, rolled it in, so you could have just kept, you know, once, if you've got something for 50 that's worth 100, take the 50 out, and then buy something else.
Yeah.
But that point of time, you could have probably bought another 10 properties because you'd have got their deposits.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He said you've expanded it rapidly. Because once you got 5, then you get 10, then you get 20, you get 30, you get 50, you get 100. And he said you could have done all that and not paid any tax. But you paid tax because you took all the money out.
Taking the money out.
But nobody advised me and said, oh, that's what you should have done. You know? But it's a lot harder now to get a mortgage. If you do a mortgage now,
I get customers where they just, you know, they're struggling like anything, you know, to get the mortgage. But then the thing is, I mean, okay, in relation to what properties are in where you live to where we are is just a massive difference. Yeah, but even up here, you know, couples that, you know, they're mortgaging right up to the hilt, and they've got mortgages.
Have you guys finished?
The mortgage until they're in the 70s, mate.
Well, you can take these plates if you want, because I think, you do them all in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're mortgaging for 30, 40 years, some people. Some of my customers are. It's mental.
I mean, I know somebody who went for mortgage recently, and they said you have to pay off all your debt.
Yeah.
And you got to put down, I don't know, like 50 grand deposit. And you've got to demonstrate that you can afford to pay this for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And if you're self-employed, obviously, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think they're being smart by not putting things through. But then when they need to borrow some money, then all of a sudden, you earn enough money.
You know, I mean, it's all right. Let's say you're only earning 30 grand a year, but when it comes to wanting to get something, you're completely knackered. You know what I mean?
Someone said to me that tax is God's way of telling you you're doing something right.
You know, when people say to me, well, I did 20 hours overtime last week, but they just taxed me even more, I said, yeah, but you've got more money in your pocket.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways. Yeah. There's a trade-off somewhere, you know what I mean? You know, it's just people's thing, you know, perception of tax is odd sometimes. Yeah. You're just as, isn't it? So if Karen's job, and he just does Monday to Friday. But I said, why don't you do some overtime like on a Saturday? And he says, I pay more taxes. Yeah, but that's just what it is, mate. But you can have more money than that. You're not earning 100 quid and you're taking £80 tax off. You might earn 100 quid and take £20 off. Right. It's just how it is. You know.
We got ours just before rates started dropping. And we put
you want to be in the movie, don't you?
You'll be in it now.
for the famous.
We need your name so we can credit you.
Well, yes, we have put 76 grand down on ours.
76 grand.
Yeah.
That's a lot. We're starting out. Where are we going to get 76 grand?
But that's what I'm saying. Most normal people, if they've got to rent somewhere, if they've got to bank with mum and dad, it's different. But if they've got to rent somewhere, and save money and pay bills and live and go on holiday and have a life, and then go, right, here's my deposit. It might take 20 years.
You know when we bought our house,
You bought it. You tell me you bought it for £100 or something, because I love them stories.
I wish. We bought. Karen had the house. Her and her ex-husband had the house next door to us.
Right.
But he was still in it, weren't he?
Yeah.
So when it eventually sold, obviously Karen got a loan. And then I was pulling my toy collection. So we had a 60s and 70s toy collection. And the solicitors, didn't you remember? They actually asked me where I'd amassed that sort of money and collection from to be able to put that money in. I said, well, I've been collecting since the 80s. Yeah, we got receipts. I said, receipts? I said, some of the fucking dealers are dead. Yeah, right, some of them, didn't we? Yeah.
They wanted to know where I got the deposit from. I said, I've sold my old house from my first marriage.
Right.
Yeah.
We need proof. What proof do you want? This is where I live for like 19 years. That's my old address.
Yeah.
And we sold property. This is what I've got for you.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it was mad.
Well, it's like, it's as if they don't want to actually your business. It's weird, isn't it?
your money.
I remember in the 80s. I mean, they were just giving money away. They always give. I mean, you know, they were. A lot of people my mum and dad used to go out with were all sort of like they took advantage of the 80s boom, and they're all doing well. And there was a guy, Jeremy Kett's his name were, and he was well in with the NatWest Bank in Oswald Street, which was a big business bank apparently. And there was money floating around anywhere.
Right.
It lent Jason's mum 300 grand then to buy a pub, no collateral, no deposit, nothing. But back in the 80s, they were giving money away, weren't they, to people? It was mad.
See, I felt lucky because I bought my first house when I was 21. I was 32 now. I paid that 85 for it then, but my mortgage was like 260 quid a month, so I've sold that and bought another one. I made 70 on that one. And I was just, obviously, I met my wife and sold that one, bought where we are now. So all the money just come from money from. Yeah. So otherwise, we wouldn't have been where we are. We'd have still been at old house. But,
It's really hard.
It's just for youngins, isn't it? It's just for youngins now. Anyway, that was lovely, everyone.
Yeah.
change rules, help younger people.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get rid of our kids. I think they'll be.
To be honest,
How many you got, Terry?
3.
How old are they?
21, 17, and 10. I'm just checking because, yeah, 10, yeah. So 10, 17, and 21 years old.
Not 21 year old.
Yeah, older, yeah.
The older.
well, I reckon Josh will be wheels till he's about 40.
Right. It's mad though, isn't it? It's crazy.
I mean, it is because I don't know how you are when you left home, but I was sort of like 20. I bought an house just up the road.
I was 21.
From my mum and dad, I was 21. I was 21.
I mean, I used to work with my mum when we was doing the raves, so I think 22, 23 I was there.
Yeah. Brittany, your daughter, she moved out 4 years ago. So
Yeah,
she was 21.
Yeah. I remember my mates were coming up from David, who lived in Windsor. He would got parents that did the movie stuff, and another mate from Tunbridge Wells come up when I was married before stag do. I remember David saying to me, "So I'm looking at a one-bedroom townhouse in Windsor, new build. So it's like 110 grand. Well, this is 1997." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah. This is a fucking house next door to me. Self 13 grand."
Right.
I said, "Fuck off." Anyway, come up on Saturday, and bloke who owned it put a sign in window, 9,000 or nearest offer for house. He said, "I can't believe that, Tom." I said, "Yeah, but you want one to live there. You'd rather live in Windsor, right?" No.
Yeah, them houses are probably 1.5 million now.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Well, when we went to Excel the other year, didn't we? We stopped down at Victoria Docks, didn't we? And I showed Karen a magazine of property prices like our house down there. And it's hard to comprehend it, but it's just how it is, isn't it? It's just economics of it.
Yeah.
Stop camera going. So we've got Toy Wars 7 here. 77. Toy Wars 77. And it's just TikTok that you're on.
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Google,
YouTube?
YouTube. Yeah, a little bit on YouTube.
Same name across all?
A little bit across all, yeah.
No, it's it. Same Toy 77 on
Yeah,
it.
Toy War 77, yeah.
Yeah. Terry Stone on TikTok, Facebook, Insta, YouTube, everything.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
I'm on it all.
And obviously I'm on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
Just to make sure you did have it filming, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we would have. Right, cheers for watching, guys. And, see you next time.
Let's see for some more meatballs.
We're all right, man.
Huh? Yeah, it's really good. Really good. I think you were right, though.